Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fine and welcome back to the online study. And today we will study English Chapter 6, The Kind Fairy. Dear students, this story is about a little boy who once helped a wounded bird. So the kind fairy of the forest rewarded him and his family with some golden eggs. Dear students, now let's read the story. There was a forest on hillside. There was peace because of pine and eucalyptus trees that grew there. One day, John, a little boy who lived in a nearby village, went to the forest to collect some twigs and dry leaves. John was very poor and lived with his parents and grandparents. When John entered the forest, the wind began to blow. The wind was strong. Students, as we see, there was a forest on hillside and there was peace because pine and eucalyptus trees grew there. And one day, a little boy named John, who lived in a nearby village, went to the forest to collect twigs and dry leaves. Twig means small branches. John lived with his parents and grandparents, and they were very poor. And as soon as John entered the forest, the wind began to blow, and it was a strong wind. Students, let's continue reading. He collected the leaves and twigs and turned back to go home. On the way, he saw a bird lying on the ground. It was fluttering its wings in pain. John went to the bird and found that it was wounded. It was bleeding. John picked up the bird and brought it home. He washed the wound and tied a piece of cloth round the bird's neck. He gave it some grain to eat. The next day, the bird was trotting about. John was very happy, but soon the bird disappeared. Now we understand that in the forest, the boy or John collected the leaves and twigs and turned back to go home, or he went back to his house. On his way back home, he saw a bird lying on the ground, and the bird was fluttering or moving its wings in pain. So John went to see the bird, and he found that the bird was wounded and it was bleeding. Now John, the little boy, picked up the bird and brought it home. He washed the wound of the bird and tied a piece of cloth round the bird's neck, and John gave the bird some grain to eat. Very excitingly, the next day the bird was trotting or moving steadily, and John was very happy to see, but soon the bird disappeared or vanished. Dear students, let's continue reading. In the afternoon, John went to the coop to collect the eggs. He was very much surprised to see a few golden eggs. He cried out, "Mommy, come and see golden eggs." When John's mother came, she could not believe her eyes. John's grandfather explained, "John, this is the boon given by the kind fairy who lives in the forest. She gives boon to the kind-hearted people. You saved the life of the bird, and so the kind fairy gave you golden eggs as a boon." John's family sold the eggs and became rich. Now, their bad luck had come to an end. Dear students, in that afternoon, John went to the coop or a cage of hens, where hens are kept, to collect the eggs. To his surprise, he saw a few golden eggs. So he cried out, "Mommy, come and see golden eggs." And when John's mother came, she could not believe her eyes. Now John's grandfather explained to John that it was a boon or blessings given by the kind fairy who lives in the forest. His grandfather also said that the kind fairy gives blessings to the kind-hearted people, and also said that John, the little boy, saved the life of the bird, so the kind fairy gave the golden eggs as a boon or blessings. Now John's family sold the golden eggs and became rich. And finally, their bad luck had come to an end. Dear students, as we read the story, we understand that if you or we help others, irrespective of animals or humans, in some or the other way, we got help or blessings. Dear students, that's all for today's class. Hope you understood the lesson and be always a helping hand to others. Thank you.